At the time of recording this video, the Game Awards for 2022 were about a week ago, and as per usual with the Game Awards, there are many game reveals and many new video game trailers released. In this video, I want to talk about the 19 trailers that interest me the most. There were a couple other trailers that I wanted to quickly mention before I get into my top 19, but these games are either A, something that's just not my style, or B, something that we know quite a bit about and I will be talking about in future videos. And these games are Hades 2 and Diablo 4, which are obviously really big franchises and have really big fan bases. They are just not my type of game, but please look up those trailers if you have any interest in those. They'll be on YouTube. The other game I want to quickly mention is Forspoken. Forspoken is a game we have known about for quite a while, and there's actually a demo out for right now, which I'll be having a video out about very soon. Without further ado, let's talk about our top 19 trailers from the Game Awards 2022. So for number 19 on this list, it is the Behemoth VR game. It looks like to be an action experience. I am not too much into VR games, so I will probably not be getting this game, but I just had to mention it because the trailer was really cool and the art style looks really awesome, and I was honestly kind of sad when I saw the VR game because it just looked so freaking cool. But anyways, that's 19. If you're into VR games, definitely pick this one up. It looks insane. For number 18, we have Meet Your Maker. It's being developed by Behavior Interactive. It is described as a post-apocalyptic first-person building and raiding game. What's really cool about this game is that every single level you are playing on and every single dungeon and base you are raiding is built by other players. The whole point of the game seems to be to build your own fort or your own bunker for other people to try to break into and for you to break into other people's bunkers as well. It is I believe it's a co-op game as well as solo play, depends on how you want to play it. It's going to be released on April 4th, 2023. It looks like a lot of fun. I might not be getting it, but you guys should definitely look into it. So number 17, we have Wayfinder. It is a looter shooter online RPG multiplayer being developed by Digital Extremes. It has a very cartoony art style. If you've ever seen Dauntless, it looks a lot like that. And honestly, these cubes at the beginning really reminded me of Fortnite, but honestly, this game does look like fun. If you're into looter shooters or online multiplayer games, you should definitely check this one out. I believe it's going to be free to play, and we don't have a release date yet, but the beta starts in about a week's time. So if you have any interest in this game at all, please look into that beta because honestly, it's probably going to be a lot of fun. For number 16, we have Transformers Reactivate. It's a game being developed by Splash Damage. It is described as follows. The greatest threat to humanity has arrived and has already won. Earth is no longer ours and it belongs to them. All we have left is our hope for the Autobots as we salvage them from the rubble left behind. Honestly, the story sounds really cool. The game is going to be a 1 to 4 player online action game. We don't know anything else really besides that, but also the trailer music was awesome. Probably my favorite trailer music from the Game Awards, except for maybe another trailer we'll talk about later. But that's about all we know about the game, and it's going to be a closed beta later in 2023. Definitely very curious. We have not seen a Transformers game in quite a while. Next up at number 15, we have Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Warhammer 40k obviously has a really big fan base out there. It has a lot of lore, and it's just a really deep world to get into, so every time they release a game, I always consider getting into it. Maybe this will be the game that finally convinces me. It looks really cool. It is a third-person action hack-and-slash game being developed by Saber Interactive, being published by Focus Entertainment. It's going to be released later in 2023, and honestly, just the visuals look insane. It's really cool seeing the city already in a war, and it just looks like absolute chaos. And if you're into Warhammer, obviously get this game. If you're thinking might want to get into Warhammer, maybe this will be the game to get you into it. Number 14, we have Crime Boss Rocket City. It's being developed by In-Game Studios, and a publisher is 505 Games. It is described as an organized crime game combining first-person shooter action and turf wars, playable solo or with friends. You take on the role of Travis Baker, a man with his sights set on becoming the new king of Rocket City, one crime at a time. It looks kind of interesting. I believe they've released some gameplay, and I've kind of peeked at it. It looks like your classic first-person heist game. It could be 1 player, I think up to 4 players. It doesn't look too interesting, but the cast is insane. You got Michael Rooker, Chuck Norris, many more. The game looks like it could be fun. If this is your style game, definitely look into it. It's going to be released on March 28th, 2023. At number 13, we have Wild Hearts. It's going to be released on February 17th of 2023. It is a single-player or co-op game being developed by EA Original, Koei Tecmo, and Omega Force. It is described as a unique twist on the hunting genre where technology gives you a fighting chance against fearsome beasts infused with the ferocious power of nature itself. They've released quite a bit of gameplay of this game online, but I still want to talk about it from this trailer because the trailer was awesome, and it looks really cool. It looks like it has like your typical giant bosses, but not only are you fighting them with your weapons, but you can also build these really cool traps to take them on. It honestly looks like a lot of fun. I'll probably end up getting this game just to check it out. Hope you guys do too. Like I mentioned before, it comes out February 17th, 2023. So at number 12 is a game we know very, very little about. It is Immortals of Aveum. It's being developed by Ascendant Studios, led by Brett Robbins. Brett Robbins is the creative director of Dead Space and multiple Call of Duty campaigns. And this game is described as a single-player, first-person magic shooter set in an original fantasy universe engulfed in magic, rife with conflict, and on the verge of oblivion. Sounds pretty cool. That's about all we know, and the visuals in the trailer looked really, really cool. Honestly, I cannot wait to learn more about this game. I don't believe we got a release date, but my guess is 2023 at some point. For number 11, we have the first of 2 DLCs on this list. It is a Horizon Forbidden West DLC called Burning Shores. Obviously, same developer as the game, Guerrilla Games, described as follows. Today, we're thrilled to announce Burning Shores, our expansion to Forbidden West, which sees Alloy pursue a sinister threat in the untamed wilds of LA, now a treacherous volcanic archipelago. Horizon is a franchise I've never got into yet, but I do own the games. They're on my backlog, so I definitely want to play and catch up with them before this DLC releases. It's really cool seeing LA and the actual recognizable locations being grown over like this, and I cannot wait to check it out. It comes out April 19th, 2023. At number 10, we have Scars Above, being developed by Mad Head Games. It is described as a challenging sci-fi third-person action shooter, combining the rewarding feeling of overcoming difficulty with a compelling and intricate story set in a mysterious alien world to explore. This is another game I believe they released quite a bit of footage of, but I've not really checked it out, and there's actually apparently a demo to play. So I'll probably end up playing that demo and making a video about it, because the game looks kind of fun. I guess like the futuristic sci-fi look. The art style reminds me a lot of Returnal, if you guys know anything about that game. So it looks like a lot of fun. Hopefully check out the demo and see if it's any good. But your release date is going to be February 27th, 2023, so it is not too far away. At number 9, we have Banishers Ghosts of New Eden, being developed by Don't Nod, and the publisher is Focus Entertainment. The description reads, New Eden, 1695. Antea Duarte and Redmac Wraith, probably butchered those names, are lovers and banishers, ghost hunters who vow to protect the living from the threat of ghosts and specters. Antea is fatally wounded and becomes one of the spirits that she loves. In haunted wilds in North America, the couple searches for a way to liberate Antea from her new plights. Honestly, the story sounds really, really cool, and just a few more facts about the game that we know. This game will be heavily decision-based, and decisions will impact the story and the fate of all the New Eden inhabitants. You'll be playing as both Antea and Red, who have their own abilities in the game, and all we know is that the release date will be late 2023. And at the very end of the trailer, we got a little bit of gameplay, like 5 seconds of it, and honestly, it looked really, really cool. I'll definitely be getting this game, but I cannot wait to see more gameplay later this year. For number 8, we have Judas, being developed by Ghost Story Games. It is a single-player narrative first-person shooter. The description reads, a disintegrating starship, a desperate escape plan, you are the mysterious and troubled Judas. Your only hope for survival is to make or break alliances with your worst enemies. Will you work together to fix what you broke, or will you leave it to burn? What's really exciting about this game, it is being led by BioShock creator Ken Levine. It is being advertised as the spiritual successor of BioShock, and it looks like it's going to deliver. It looks like a lot of fun. The world looks really, really crazy, and I cannot wait to play it. It's going to be released at some point in 2023. For number 7, we have Armored Core 6, being developed by FromSoft. It is described as players will assemble and pilot their own mechs with 3D maneuverability to move freely through 3D fast-paced missions. Take on difficult challenges and overwhelm your enemies with dynamic movements that make full use of ranged and melee combat. Armored Core is a series that FromSoft made many, many years ago. I believe about 10 years since the last game came out on the PS3. It is a very different game from Soulsborne's games, and is not going to be a Soulsborne game. However, they had this to say. While it is still focused on customization and mech movement from the past games, they are trying to improve on the combat from what they have learned from modern games. So it's still gonna play like the old games, but hopefully it's be majorly improved, and it's gonna be the first Armored Core game to be on the new consoles. It looks like a lot of fun. FromSoft never fails, so cannot wait to check it out. It will be released at some point in 2023. Number 6, we have our second DLC on the list. It is Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. I've not played Cyberpunk 2077 yet, but it is definitely on my list now that they finally fixed everything in the game. The developer is the same developer as the game, CD Projekt. The DLC is described as a spy thriller expansion set in a new district of Night City. Not too much really else to talk about it. Idris Elba is in the trailer, which is really, really cool. Obviously, the world looks awesome. This is going to be the only expansion to the game, so hopefully it's a big one. I cannot wait to check it out. It's going to be released at some point in 2023. So these next 5 games are really hard for me to rank because they all looked really cool and really fun. They will all be definite buys for me. Let's start with number 5. We have Atomic Heart, being developed by Mudfist, publisher, butchered that name like crazy, published by Focus Entertainment. It is a adventure role-playing game with a closed world which takes place in an alternate Soviet Union of 1955. There was more story details on the website, but I don't want to read too much into it because I want to experience it when I play the game. But it just looks crazy. It looks overwhelming, and it looks like it's going to be an absolute blast to play. First person. Once again, it kind of reminds me of some classic first-person shooter games that were more narrative-based, which I love, and I cannot wait to check it out. The release date is February 21st, 2023, so that is definitely not too far away. Number 4, we have Lords of the Fallen, being developed by Hexworks and a publisher is CI Games. The description is a long one, reads as, after an age of the cruelest tyranny, the demon god Ader was finally defeated, but gods do not fall forever. Now, aeons later, Ader's resurrection draws nigh. As one of the fabled Dark Crusaders, journey through both the realms of the living and dead in this expansive RPG experience featuring colossal boss battles, fast challenging combat, thrilling character encounters, and deep immersive storytelling. Will your legend be one of light or one of darkness? Now, I do believe Lords of the Fallen is an older game. It's kind of a sequel, kind of a rebranding kind of thing. It looks really cool. The art style is incredible. It reminds me a lot of the Dark Souls art style with its own little twist. It looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait to check it out. It's going to release at some point in 2023, most likely. Number 3, we have a game that we definitely did already know about, but they released the first official gameplay in this trailer. It is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Being developed by Respawn, the publisher is EA. The description is really simple. It just reads the story of Cal Kestis continues in Star Wars Jedi Survivor, an epic new adventure that will push Cal further than ever as he fights to protect the galaxy from descending into darkness. Looks like an insane sequel. Looks like it's doing exactly what sequels should do, following the same formula of the first game, but pushing it even further and continuing the story. Not too much to say about it really, but just I cannot wait to play it. Fallen Order is a game I am currently trying to finish and platinum, so cannot wait to check it out. The release date is March 17th, 2023, so not too far away. So these next 2 games were definitely really hard for me to place in their order because they're 2 games that looked incredible. Number 2 is Remnant 2. The Remnant 2 trailer, honestly, is probably the trailer that stuck with me the most. I loved the music in the trailer. The art style is really cool. Remnant from the Ashes is the game I've been wanting to play for a while. It is on my list of games to get and play. Now that I know they're actually making a sequel, I'm definitely going to get the first one. It is being developed by Gunfire Games, being published by Gearbox, which is awesome. I love Gearbox. I'm a big Borderlands fan. The description reads, the sequel to the best-selling game Remnant from the Ashes that pits survivors of humanity against new deadly creatures and godlike bosses across terrifying worlds. Playing solo or co-op with 2 other friends to explore the depths of the unknown to stop an evil from destroying reality itself. To succeed, players will need to rely on their own skills and those of their team to overcome the toughest challenges and to stave off humanity's extinction. Like I said, very excited about this game. It looks like crazy boss fights, but with guns and melee weapons. It just looks awesome. It's going to be released at some point in 2023, most likely. And at number 1, we all knew this was coming. Death Stranding 2, being made by Hideo Kojima. We know nothing about this game except for the fact that it is a sequel to Death Stranding. That's all we know, and we know that he rewrote it during COVID quarantine, so I'm very excited to see the story beats he hits. Death Stranding created such an insane world unlike anything else we have ever seen. Death Stranding 2 is going to build upon that in ways that I cannot wait for. And it's just, I love Hideo Kojima and his most recent stuff, especially Death Stranding, and I cannot wait to check out this game. So yeah guys, that is my list. I know I went through it really fast, didn't talk too much about these games. I just want to mention the trailers. If you guys want to check out any of these trailers, you can find them on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.